Alright, hello everyone, thank you for joining on this public live stream. Okay, there we go. Hello everyone, thank you for joining on this Saturday, relaxing Saturday. So this is the 8th of May and this is on Saturday. So yeah, let's see. Alright, I hope you're having a great weekend today. So yeah, let's see. So every Saturdays, I oftentimes talk about the psychology or some of the money management, risk management strategy. And as the title says today, I'm thinking my focus is about the consistency in trades, in consistency in improving your strategy or improving your own skills. So based on that, I will cover these questions and I will reply and hopefully have a nice session today. So before starting here, just a quick disclaimer: this information is purely based on my experience. So when you take trades, please do at your own risk. Okay, thank you for joining. Blackwater, good to see you. Yeah, I'm having a great Saturday today. It's a great Saturday. Yeah, it's getting warmer here in Tokyo. It's about like 26 degrees in Celsius. It's getting warmer, and it's a nice weather today. It was a bit raining towards the end of today, but still nice. It was warmer than before now. Yeah, Faiz, good to see you, and Melanie, thank you for joining. And Tam, good to see you too. And CG, James, thank you for joining. Good to see you here. And Jay, Aditya, and Nassar, Pedro, thank you for joining. Ruslan, Christopher, and Gustavo, and Jan, Ciro, and Noel, thank you for joining everyone. Good to see you here. So this is just a relaxing Saturday. So it will be more of the casual chat session today. So I will be looking at some pairs, markets, and we talk about like free topic today. So yeah, let's see. Yeah, AUD USD, let me look into it later. But the reason why I picked this title, consistency, I want to talk about today is that the that's of course very important on trading, and also whatever you do, consistency is the key to success. And I was reading a book about this Kazuo Inamori, and he is one of the business owners, and also he's one of the businessmen who has a very fixed and very good teachings about the running businesses, and also how to treat people, and he has good philosophy about these fields. And I have been reading his books many times before. And today, I happened to read his book, and I realized myself again that consistency is the key to success, and that's why my focus is like that today. So speaking of consistency, I have been taking trades since 2013, and to be honest, I'm not sure how many times I thought about quitting the trading. Originally because I lost so much money. I lost one account, $10,000 account, I lost it. And on the next one, I lost it half. I lost it like 5,000 USD. And that's when I went back to demo account, and that's when I actually, my heart crashed, and I wasn't able to, screen charts. I didn't feel like seeing charts at that time. And after a while of treatment psychologically, I came back to this the Forex world again, and I started to restart. I restarted the whole journey of my trading strategies, and that's when I found the consistency is very important, because if I quit there, then I wouldn't be taking trades by now. So I think we have, of course, you might have also the same experience as mine. If it's not in the Forex, then it might be on some other fields, some other works or jobs on your career, or whatever you do whether it's a hobby or if it's a career or if it's a forex trades or any tradings, sometimes at some point you might feel quitting it, and when you quit, then I think that's it for the story, and simply you have to switch a whole other whole other career or relationships. So I think but not quitting is very important, and also consistency is very important. And when I look back my past, how I kept this consistency and how I kept the curiosity on this trading is simply one thing, that is how I can improve myself over time. So I was originally, of course, I came to this forex world, forex trades, simply because I wanted to quit the job, and I quit the job and became a full-time trader, but I lost so much, and yeah, that's the very tough situation. But yeah, so that's when I started to focus on this, how to improve myself. I have to keep improving, otherwise I have no lessons learned from the charts, and I have no lessons learned myself on what I do. So yeah, so I think improving, consistent improvement is also another key to success, and keep consistency. And I think that's one of the important things to remember on whatever you do. If you can keep improving, and if you have a focus on keep improving, I think that's a way to keep consistency. Because if I start to focus on the results, then you might lose the confidence. If the result won't come, then you might feel like quitting, and you might actually quit on what you do. But if your focus is on improvements, then most likely you can keep improving yourself. You can look back on your trades, and you can learn from yourself. And so without these ideas, I wouldn't be able to do the forex trades. And when I was reading the book, and also when I was looking back my own career, that actually struck my head today, and that's something that I want to talk about today. So yeah, yeah, so constant and never improving. If you never improve, then nothing will be achievable. So one way is to focus on the improvements. And to be honest, I use Ichimoku, and I've created my own strategy. Now I call it myself KTS. It's a case trading strategy, I call it myself. But the to be honest, this is just one of the strategies, and it works now, and it has been working, and it works now, but I'm not sure if it works tomorrow, and I'm not sure if it works next month or next year. Not sure if it works. But one thing for sure is that if it doesn't work, then I know, and I can switch. I can refine my strategy to be able to make it work on the future changing market. So yeah, without these improvements over time, if I just stick to the original strategy back in 2013, and if I use it still now, then it might not not going to be working anymore right now, and I think it might be in a loss, and I might be quitting the trades. But I was able to be consistent because I keep improving my own strategies, and also my own way to look at the markets, and also I learn myself based on my own strategy, and also based on my own past trades. I learn, and I can keep improving, and I learn to adapt to these changing markets over time. and I think this is one of the very important concept to remember to be able to keep in the market. So that's why I just wanted to share this little story because I thought it's interesting to share. So yeah, let me see. Let me quickly come back to your comments. Ruslan, thank you for joining. All right, and Pedro, I already said thank you for joining from Philippines. Good to see you here. And let's see, Jan, good to see you again. Melando, good to see you too. Alexandra, good to see you too. Thank you for joining. Sorosh, thank you for joining as well. As always, thank you for joining. Towan and Saman, Jens, thank you for joining too. Oh, I don't use Heikin Ashi. No, I don't use Heikin Ashi. I prefer candlesticks more. Fight says, how did you came across Forex? That was through my colleague. When I was working full-time, my colleague was doing the Forex trades, and that's how I got introduced on this world. So originally I was doing binary options, and I quit the binary options and became a scalper in Forex, and then now I'm becoming a day to swing trader. So originally my colleague introduced me in this world. Alright, Sarah says, one question, does the color of Kumo matter in analysis? In my opinion, yes. I prefer these colors on this cloud because these are less bright, and I display Kumo like dark gray is bullish Kumo and light gray is the bearish Kumo, and this is just my original setting. But first of all, this is easy on my eyes, and I don't get psychologically attached to these colors on the market. So that was actually based on my own experience, but I used to use the original green and red candlesticks and green and red Kumo, and with the vivid colors I was using before. But one time I realized myself that I get biased to these colors on the candles and the Kumo, and that's when I made everything white, everything gray. I turned it to all white candlesticks and like this gray Kumo, and the Chikou span, Tenkan-sen, Kijun-sen, all white. I made it like that, and I was taking trades like that. So now I use the dark Kumo and light Kumo here, and also Kijun-sen green, Tenkan-sen blue, Chikou span yellow, and the bullish candle is white, bearish candle is blue. I use these colors, but these are just for this live stream purposes. If I were to see the chart only myself, I will be making everything white, and I prefer that because I don't want to get biased towards these these colors of the candles and colors of the indicators. Yeah, like a red is stop and green is usually go sign, and yellow is also warning sign, like a warning color. So yeah, if I see consecutive red candles, I tended to stop trading, and when I had consecutive blue candles, then I tended to take trades or be in aggressive mode, or green candles will be aggressive mode I was in. So yeah, so if I look back my past trades, when I had this red and green candles, I have more trades on greens than reds, and that's when I realized myself that I get biased towards these colors, and that's why I don't want to use these colors on these candles, and also the Kumo too. Yep. Alright, good to see everyone. Thank you for joining. Alesman, good to see you too. Fight says, when you were losing, what was your lot sizing? That was 7 lot sizing. Yeah, it wasn't gold. I remember it was gold. So back then I didn't know what the stop loss is, and I don't know what the risk management is. I was basically taking trades based on these news, and also some of the articles, and of course I had my own strategy, but I was more of following somebody else's articles and also opinions and take trades. That was a huge mistake of mine. Hello Jagdish, thank you for joining, good to see you. Jay says, I found that I'm struggling with emotion control while scalping and either get too excited or too disappointed. Do you have any tips for this? Whenever you make profit, we get excited, and whenever you feel you have losses, you get disappointed. And I do too, me too, because I'm a human being also, and I have these emotions too. But now I know how to control, and so I don't really, get these excitement or disappointments on these trades. But one thing for sure is that if you focus on the rules and discipline, then you get less emotional. That's one thing for sure. Okay, thank you for the comments, everyone. I see lots of comments today, so thank you again. Thank you for the participation, as always, on this relaxing Saturday here. James says that you hear 70% plus retail traders losing in trading. Could this be as some people see get rich quick idea, get into trading, lose money and quit, rather than that to be consistent and soldier on and learn. I think it is said that the 70% of traders will lose and only 30 or 20% are winning on the market. But my question is, in which term? In which term is my question? Is it based on day, or is it on the weekly or monthly or yearly? I think for the yearly basis, most of the traders are winning, because if they are not winning, then simply they are quitting. So on the yearly or 5 years basis, for sure, if they are still trading on a 5 years basis, then I think the number should be more positive. Like 70%, 80% of the traders who have been taking trades in Forex in 5 years should be winning. But I think so 70% in that sense is the stats on the daily basis, or maybe 10 trades, or maybe 5 trades, or maybe 1 trade. And so I think that's my view. So and of course, as James says, get rich quick mindset is quick rich mindset is also the pitfall on these tradings. And it connects with the comment from Jay about the emotion. Because if you start to run profits, then you get excited, and you might lose the chance to exit in the right place. You keep holding it, and the market goes backwards, and you might lose afterwards, and you might feel the market always go against me. And I was feeling that too when I was still newbie. Every time I take trades, I felt like the market goes backwards, and I felt that the market is watching me, and I thought that they are so mean, like they're watching and very mean, and they want me to lose. That was my mindset before. And that's when I was focusing on the lower time frames. If I were focusing on 1 minute or 5 minute chart or 15, there are tick movements, and by these small tick movements, small pips movements, I was get affected psychologically, emotionally. But now I don't really care about these small movements in 5 or 15, because I only use these time frames for entry confirmations and stop loss break-even confirmations, but basically I follow the daily or forward trend. So with this risk management and rules, I keep discipline and rules, and I don't really feel emotion anymore. Because simply only 5 pips, only 10 pips move won't be really nothing for me. Fight says, who's your mentor? I have mentor anywhere. Like the one I introduced, the Kazuo Inamori will be my mentor. Although I never met him before, I learned a lot from him, and also I learned from BNF also, not directly, but psychologically and also remotely I learned. And also the creator of Ichimoku, I never met him before. Coincidentally, the year he died, and also the year I was born was the same year, 1982, with Goichi Hosoda and myself. So yeah, he's a good teacher of mine, although I never met him. So I have many mentors, but directly I don't have any mentors. Basically, I'm mentoring myself. Yeah, Turun, thank you for joining. To see you. And I like to read books about the chess players, and also these Japanese chess players also, and world chess players, and also some of the athletes. I read these books and learn from their mindset. Forshan says, never give up, never fail. Failure is the stepping stone, and failure comes when we stay where we have fallen. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, you will get succeed until you get succeed. Yeah, people quit before they succeed, and that's why they don't succeed. And that's why the consistency is the key, as today's main topic. Hello Danish and Emaka, thank you for joining. Good to see you too. Mikedomo says risk management is the key to survive. Cut your losses and prolong your profit with technical analysis. Yeah, that's true. I have 11 trades losing streak, but only loses 6% of my account. But with only one trade, I gain 8%. Yeah, that's the way it should be. That's the way it should be. Yeah. So so here is my mindset, and this is, I think this is because I'm a Forex trader the Forex market are going up and down almost every month, every week. And I'm not a stock trader, so I'm more adapted to these changing market over time. So on the previous video, I talked about the planting the seeds. So the planting the seeds is a very important concept, because let's say on this euro, I think the good example would be dollar CAD has been going down right now. On the daily charts is going down, and also one is going down too. And after you see this chart, there are many selling opportunities. You could sell here, you could sell anywhere, and you should be in the profit by now. But the difficult part is that the market retraces backwards. So for example, when you sell here, when you sell on this level and the market goes backwards and it goes against you, and you might be in a loss. But over time, this is downtrending. So you could have been holding the position and the market goes down this way. And this is after the event, so we can say anything about these past charts. But what I try to say is that when it's downtrending and when it's ranging is very important. And even if it's downtrending, there are small retracements on these lower time frames. So once again, this is, let me split the chart. And on the left is a daily chart, and on the right is the 1 hour chart. And yeah, when it was downtrending for the last, let's say 3 days, has been downtrending. But if you see 1 hour chart on the right, on these 3 days, there were small ups and downs. There were small ups and downs in 1 hour chart. But the daily chart was going down. The daily was going down, but in one, there are small ups and downs. So if you see this daily chart downtrending, and if you place a sell, and if the timings aren't right, for example, if the timing was like all the way on the bottoms like this in 1 hour chart, then you might get stop losses. If you sell at these levels, then the market goes backwards and it hits a stop loss. So you better avoid taking trades on these lows here while daily chart goes down, and most likely that's when the Kijun Sen Kumo goes flat. And that's why I never take sell on these timings, but I will also look for the sell chance when the Kumo Kijun Sen also going down in 1 hour chart or 30-minute time frame. And this is the power of confirmation in these mid time frames, and this is my strategy. But even if you see daily chart, for example, to be downtrending, in 5 or 15 it goes backwards. In 5 or 15 there are small little retracements, and you might get caught by these small retracements and you might get losses. You might get 2 losses, 3 losses, or 5 losses along the way. So the next quick question is when to exit. When to exit in the loss is the next question. And that's why I take trades based on these lower time frames, 5 or 15, and I take the stop losses in this case at the previous highs on 5 or 15, and so that if it retraces backwards on these lower time frames, simply exit with a less than 2% risk. But I still follow the downtrend because the daily chart has been still going down, Kumo going down, Kijun Sen down, so we can follow the daily downtrend. But in one, this is sometimes it becomes flat. In 5 or 15, it retraces backwards, and before me was whenever I see retracement in 5 or 15, I get disappointed because the market doesn't go towards my direction. But now I don't feel that because I follow the daily and 1 hour chart trend. And that's why I say these small retracement doesn't really matter in 5 or 15 because the bigger picture is downtrending, so it should go down along the way. Otherwise, simply I exit the trades. And but if you don't trade on these timings, then you cannot run profits. So in order to get returns, you have to invest, you have to put your money into the market in order to get returns. And this is the concept of planting the seeds, like I mentioned before on the previous live stream. Unless we plant the seeds, there is no sprouts, and even if you plant like 10 seeds, only 3 might sprout. But out of 10 plants, 10 seeds, 3 sprouts, and you might get like 20 seeds. You get return, and then you plant these 20 seeds and maybe 40 sprouts, and you get these 40 seeds, and also the story keeps going on like this. So in order to get returns, we have to be brave enough and we have to be confident enough to be able to keep planting the seeds, otherwise we don't get return. But we don't pick up whatever the yard it is. We don't pick up whatever the yard it is. We have to pick up the specific yard to be able to get returns. And the specific yard, the fertile yard, would be the trending markets. And I learned it from Forex, on my past trades and past experience. I learned it, and I do so based on these Ichimoku multiple time frames. And basically, that's what I share on my YouTube channel. So, and hopefully you can refer to my strategy and also run profits along the trending markets. So no trends and no trades is a key to success. And I think same is true on whatever you do. So make sure don't get focused on these 5 or 15 minute retracements, because you are on the right direction, then the market should run towards that direction in the long term. And that's why also the risk management is very important. You have to pick up the seed that doesn't sprout, and you have to replace another seed, or you have to either pick up other market to plant the seeds. so that after the sprout, and if it blooms, then you get more seeds to come. Melanie says it's a very thin line between gambling and learning how to place trades properly. Yeah, I think so. Because my father is against the trades. He still thinks that this is gambling. So and also some of my friends think like that too. So I really exactly hear that. But yeah, I think the difference between gambling and also trading is the risk management. Yeah, because there are people who are gamblers, professional, and they live on gambling. So if they come to that level, gambling is not really gambling anymore. And same is true in these trades. If you know what you do, then it's not gambling anymore. But until then, you have to know the basic knowledge and practice and get confident in consistency. Fight says, what was strategy in Forex? That was the moving average cross, was my first strategy. Yeah, I didn't use Ichimoku when I first started Forex trades. I know about Ichimoku, but I never touched the Ichimoku before. But simply, I thought it's complicated, and why the Kumo's forward, Chikou span backwards, and I was so confusing. So I didn't use the Ichimoku before. Yeah, of course now I'm thankful to Ichimoku, but back then I didn't simply use. Also, I was using somebody else's strategies. Like I was also doing the copy trades and also running EAs, and I was using paid indicators a lot, and I was a scalper before. I tried the Kylie trades that BNF says, like whenever the market takes away from the moving average, I took the trade position against the moving average direction until the price touches the moving average. And I found that it doesn't really work on Forex because it just goes up and down. So I simply quit using that strategy on these Forex trades. It might work on the stock market, but yeah, for me it doesn't work on Forex. Melanie says managing a stop loss and risk. Placing stop losses are important too. Yeah, always have to have the stop loss. Yeah, stop loss is like a seatbelt. So if you go on the highway without a seatbelt, if the car crashes, then you cannot come back. It's like the same. Yeah. One of my old GTS members said that he never takes a stop losses because he expects the market comes back to the original price, and it may be the price might come back to the original price in Forex pairs, but we're not sure when it does. So instead of keep holding the losses, losing positions while frustrating and disappointing, I recommend to quit, exit the trade, and looking for other entry chances. I think it's more healthy in mindset. Alright, Radko, Ashok, thank you for joining. Good to see you. Dylan says, do you familiar with ATR indicator? Not really. I'm not really familiar with ATR indicators. I don't really use that one, so I'm not sure. Mikidoma says, thanks a lot, Kason. Your philosophy guide us through this road with a serious mindset. Yep, thank you for the words, and you're welcome. Yeah. All right, Rosia, thank you for joining. Rosita, thank you for joining as well. Good to see you. I cannot help but feel that the 70% of losing traders are playing blindly. Yeah, yeah. I think the idea is that if you lose 20%, then you have to switch back to demo account for sure. And that was actually one of my mistakes. I kept the position and I ran losses and I blew up account. And on the next one, I decreased it 50%, and that's when I really came back to demo account. But if the strategy doesn't work, then simply you don't take trade by real. You have to switch back to demo account and recreate your own strategy. So I think 20% loss overall. Then you have to do something about it. Yeah. Fortune says, K, how to hold the profit trade to let it hit the target? I think a lot of people having the same psychological problem on holding a winning trade is much more difficult than holding the losing trades. I think so, because I think that's about the psychology too. But my mindset is that once the market starts rolling, then I simply set the break even and I just let it run. After I set the break even line, then I don't lose. In number wise, I don't lose. So I just come back to maybe 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours later. And if I can try the profit, then I do. Otherwise, simply I will just let the market hit the stop loss and I will look for another opportunity. So usually I don't set the target, but instead I trail the profits in different time frames, and once the market retraces backwards, simply I exit. It's my style. So yeah, the market, for sure the market will be sometimes the market be reacted by these support resistance lines. But another thing for sure is that once the market breaks, then it goes also continuously. Just like this trending pair on the 1 hour chart, once the market breaks the support and it goes toward the direction. So basically, as long as it goes, I trail, and once the market retraces, I exit. It's my strategy. Alright, Deborah, thank you for joining. To see you here. Yeah, that's true. Alright, please tell me about lot sizing. Yeah, lot sizing is a unit of the Forex, and yeah, you can create. You have to calculate the lot sizing. You can go to the babypips.com or what's the name? There are many websites that offers how to that offer the calculation of the lot sizing. So according to how much you have and how many pips the stop loss you have to calculate the lot sizing before you take trade. Is my advice. Alright, thank you for joining. Good to see you. Jan says, Kay, do you sell your books in physical copies or audio books? Unfortunately, right now not. My books available in this Ichimoku community, but these are only with a PDF format, and these are only available on this Ichimoku membership. Yeah, but now that many traders are interested in my books and they're willing to purchase in public, so I'm thinking about that option too. But for now, these are only available in this Ichimoku community members. Yeah, because of the copyright and all these I have to do, it takes time. So yeah, and also I'm revising these books, yeah, because this is now on the first volume on this the original Ichimoku Basic Master book that released this year. It's a fourth volume, but the first volume I had so many errors and typos, and I keep revising it and keep adding more additional charts, recent charts, and also more recent examples, more deep examples, and deeper explanations. And I keep revising. So I keep revising until I feel comfortable to make it available in public. But until then, I prefer to keep them on the Ichimoku community members. So let's see. Okay, Mikidoma says, I put a trade in gold, and the picture of that I put in Discord, the trade was against me with huge spike, but the stop loss saved me. Oh yeah, the stop loss is like a seatbelt, so always you have to have the stop loss. Alright, Bestiani, good to see you here. Thank you for joining. So yeah, let me quickly look at some pairs. And right now, on the daily basis, dollar CAD is downtrending, so I keep looking for the sell next week. And also Euro CAD is technically downtrending still, so I will be looking for the sell chance on this one too. The Kumo's going down, Kijun-sen gradually going down. So although I see the retracement backwards on last Friday, I still expect the market goes down this way. And this is my mindset. I don't really get caught by these retracement because Ichimoku says down, Kumo down, and Kijun-sen down. Chikou span is technically below the candles too. So as long as this is visible, I look for the sell chance, and I won't switch to buy yet in this condition. Alexandra says, okay, have you ever tried Fibonacci pivot points? I never tried before. Never tried. I only use the simple Fibonacci retracements and also Fibonacci extensions, but I never tried Fibonacci pivot points. Yeah, I used to use pivots, but not anymore. Mikodomo says that trading is a profession, losses are part of this business. That's true. Yeah, the losses are the costs. So whatever you do, there are some costs. When you go to the restaurant, you pay the money, you get the food, and this is a cost. And that's like the same in the trading too. Until you pay something, you don't get something in return. And that's the basics of these trades too. Alright, Suresh, good evening, and Opia, good to see you too. Divya, good to see you too. Thank you for joining. Okay, let's see. Let me cover some of the questions, and I will be switching to the Ichimoku membership live in about 5 minutes. So yeah, until then, let me keep covering these comments here, because this is all interesting to read these comments. And I learn myself too by reading these comments and by answering these questions. I learn myself too, and so you give me the idea of ideas, and I come back to you with this new idea of mine. So this is both ways learning. Okay, Jay says, yes, I saw the interview with BNF when he says he made 1 million in 1 month with a completely straight face. I want to get to that stage of emotion. Yeah, he's so much involved in tradings every day. And after 3 p.m. in Japan time, when the stock market closes, he looks back at all his trades, and he always, all day, he thinks about trades. Fight says, would you say that the Forex is gambling if you don't have the rules, strategy, and risk management, then it can become gambling. Let me cover some of the questions here in comments. Let me quickly screen. Alright, thank you for joining everyone. Good to see you. I do see many comments, so thank you for the participation as always. I see the comment, sometimes I place my stop losses too close, price hits it and goes in my direction. Yep, it happens to me too. Sometimes I'm thinking to not use them. Yeah, that was my mindset too. That was my mindset. But you should use it. You should place a stop loss, because the fact that the market hits a stop loss would be the fact that the market goes against your scenario and you have to quit there. You have to exit there. Yeah, the stop loss level should be reasonably placed. Otherwise, you get confused by your own stop loss levels. Yeah, it should be reasonable. Stop loss levels. Stop loss is a fundamental in your trades, because you don't know when the market could do a huge spike or change the movement. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, I think so. Before you placing any trades, always think about the scenario on your trades, and if the market doesn't go towards the scenario, then you have to exit. And most likely that will be when the market hits a stop loss, and it should be when the market hits a stop loss. Otherwise, the stop loss should be not at that level. Okay, so I do see many comments more, but I have to finish the live stream today. So thank you for everyone participation. As always, I really appreciate, and I really appreciate comments. So after this live stream ends, and after this Ichimoku live stream ends, I will come back to this video and enjoy your comments and chats. So yeah, thank you for again the participation, and so feel free to put comments on this on my videos, past archives, and every time I read, I make sure to click the like buttons, so that you know I'm reading these comments. So yeah, once again, thank you for joining, and I will see you on the next one tomorrow. So the COVID case is still increasing, especially in India. It's expanding now. So hope if you're joining from India, or if you have family in India and friends in India, I hope everybody's safe and healthy. And I pray from Japan. And I hope the COVID case will be improving, anytime soon, so that we can travel around, and we can hopefully we can come back to the previous life. So yeah, I hope once again, please stay safe and stay healthy and stay gold, everyone. So bye for now. Mata ne. Thank you.